Can you block? Are you recording it, Nicole?
I am recording it. What would you like?
Awesome. Oh, that's good. Go ahead.
Okay. Um, so let's see. So Salty Waffle is social media automation content curation tool. And I have used Hootsuite, Buffer. There's a bunch of different tools. And with Salty, what I found is that I can take my tech stack, which is all the technology I need to run social, down to like pretty much this one. Um, and I have more ability to do everything in one spot, and that's my favorite thing, and that's why I'm so excited to tell everybody about it, because it'll make your life so much easier in doing social, and like doing a decent job at it even with not much time. I want to show you my analytics real quick, um, so that you can see what's been going on. I just started this account, let's see, August 23rd. Um, and you can see, move these little, um, you can see my Facebook engagement is up like crazy. Usually my LinkedIn engagement is higher and Facebook is not, but for whatever reason, Facebook's been giving me a lot of love. Um, and LinkedIn engagement is up, and this is, in the last month. And this is purely from the automated stuff that I put out, because I can, on Facebook, I have not done too much of my own. I've done a little bit. And you can see down here, like the stats are pretty crazy about how effective this is for LinkedIn and the engagement that you get from LinkedIn. And then if you want to see more data, you can click and you can go through your audience. You can see who your biggest people who retweet you are. You can get a lot of different statistics on here. And you can get as detailed, but really, like, I just kind of look at engagement metrics and make sure that people are engaging with the stuff. And you can see the kind of lighter red line, and that's YouTube. And in the last 30 days, I posted one YouTube video. So that shows up there. All right, you guys there? Just a little check-in?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's here.
It was just so quiet. Um, and this is my posting calendar as it is right now for my accounts in here. And you can see there's some different shades and colors. We have the dark blue and gray here are ones that have gone out already. And when I hover over each one of these, you can see all the different accounts that they go to. So the blue ones go to a certain set of accounts, and the gray ones go to another set of accounts. And these different groups are called content groups. And so I can go in and create, like, I have a personal content group. I have kind of a marketing content group. I have a social media content group. So then when I go pull the articles to post to these groups, it's in alignment with kind of the theme of the group. So for example, in my personal accounts, I will post gluten-free recipes, and I don't post gluten-free recipes to LinkedIn. It's not contextually appropriate. And so I just make sure that that's selected as that particular group. And there's no content that went out the 10th through the 13th, because simply I just did not program any to go out. But it looks like I'm good till the 7th. And you can see there's like 3 articles, 2 articles, 1 article, 4 articles. If I want to, like, let's say one day I find all this interesting stuff and I want to move something around, I can just click on one of the articles and drag it and drop it to another space. Now this is all curated content for me. This is not original content. If you do schedule your original content, it shows up in the same place and you can use it in the same way. Let's see, I'm gonna go. All right, so we're gonna go back home and I'm gonna take a step back. And the first thing you'll do is you'll connect your profiles, and you'll scroll down the list and you can see that there are a bunch of different types of profiles to connect. And for me, on this particular account, I have 42 profiles. And you might wonder, like, why do I need 42 profiles and where the heck are those 42 profiles? Because you're not on 42 social networks. These are the profiles. So there are multiple Facebook profiles because I'm part of groups, and some of these are pages, and it'll say in this third column over if they're a group or a page. And so some of these I can post to, some of them I just pull in to read the information. And on LinkedIn, I can post to different groups. Some of them I can post to, some of them it's simply for pulling in the posts and reading the information. So then I get all the information just in one spot, which I'll show you later, the feed from all of these posts, or from all these groups. But you can see I have a lot of LinkedIn groups. And LinkedIn really likes the content that gets posted through here. For whatever reason, it's really effective and gets a lot of interaction. On Facebook, you can do posts through here, and Facebook prefers you to post directly in Facebook. So no matter if you're posting from Hootsuite or anything else, it's going to kind of put that down in the algorithm a little more. If you want your Facebook post done through here to show up, as with any posts, you do promoted posts within Facebook. So here's all the different profiles I have, and I've got some of them treated differently and in different groups. And then if I want to, let me see, if I want to take a look at all of the things happening, I think it was right here. So maybe I'll just go to Facebook. This is everything that's going on for me on Facebook and all of my groups and pages, and I can see how the content's performing. I can see all of this information on the right. I don't want to get into this too much with you guys because that's more advanced, but you can really get in to see which groups are the most active for you, and who's liking your content. And then, so getting your content, this is my favorite way to do it. I go to schedule and post, and I scroll down, and I go to bulk scheduler. Now I can select a content group. So I created a group on the 14th. I should rename that. It's kind of a marketing group. And I have the option here where I could go pull somebody else's feed. Like if I like Seth Godin a lot, I could go to Twitter and pull up all of his tweets and schedule them to retweet into the future. I can go to any of these networks and do the same thing. Or Simon Sinek on Facebook, maybe I like his stuff a lot. I'm going to pull it all in and schedule it to post later. But what I usually do here, let's see, I'm going to go to Forbes. If there's an RSS feed for a blog that you like, you can also just put that straight in here. I'm going to do a search to see what we want. This is kind of a cool one. Ashoka, they're kind of it's a nonprofit. Let's see if they have a good feed. Actually, it's not showing up. Okay, we just found somebody's feed was not working, which happens a lot. RSS feeds, sometimes you have to go to the source and find. A lot of the times the feed address is simply the blog address and then /feed. So I could do some Forbes Tech, Forbes Life, Markets, Education, Leadership, Energy, Forbes Women, Forbes Social Media. We'll go to Forbes Social Media. And you see it's just the suffix is feed on there. That's typically what it is for an RSS feed. All right, so now look at this. Look at all these articles. I got 29 articles. I think the max it pulls in is 30. And I can take a look at these articles and see if I want to post them to my group. Women are great for business, but still getting pushed out. Piers Morgan is professional troll. I don't want to talk about other people. I don't like to do that. So I'll get rid of it. Video game obsession in childhood, these problems in adults. Let's see. Apple QR code strategies, that might be interesting. Because I think about this group that it's posting to is kind of social media, business, marketing. And so what would be interesting to these people? And I can go through and cross out articles that might not be so interesting, or like the hurricane stuff, I might want to make sure that that would be posted right away and not scheduled out, you know, a month out. Humvee, I'm not interested in this. So I'm a Mac person. I'm mostly just post about iPhone and Mac stuff, Apple stuff. Let's see. Instagram testing. Yep, Facebook. Interesting. Garmin. Maybe not. Okay, I want to make sure I clean this up because I will likely forget to come back and clean it up later. And so you can see I can pull in 10 different feeds and look through the whole list and curate it, and I'll show you how fast you can schedule this out into the future of your posts. Facebook, NFL, not NFL, CMOs, Turkish authorities, infographic, that's good, pancakes and social media. Instagram video, robot, Instagram. So I want to, yeah, I'm not going to go to political, GoPro. Okay, so I picked my articles. I'm going to click over here and schedule. I can change images on here. I can customize what it says. And it automatically will go to my queue if that's the first thing I pick. The times that I've selected are 8 a.m., noon, 9 p.m., or 8, 1, 9. I changed the time slightly. And with this tool, it will optimize around the time. So you'll never see a post going out exactly at 8 a.m. It'll probably go out at 8:44 or 7:25. It will go out around that time based on when I would get the most interaction. And so then over time, I can also change these, like the base times that are in here. You could have it set for 1 a day, 1 a week, 5 a day. And in here it says we'll schedule 1 post per hour. You could have 5 posts per hour, you know, every hour of the day if you wanted to. I don't want to do that though. I can post it now, later, recurring. So if there's like there's a poster that I want to put out every Friday, I could post it to schedule every Friday. And then optimal time, when you go through it, gives you a list of the optimal times for engagement based on when your posts typically are engaged with. So you can see at the bottom here, I just added the 1 article to my queue. And I have all these articles above it, so it's like, oh, do I have to do that for everyone? Well, no. I can simply schedule, and I get an alert that says, oh, it looks like you haven't scheduled some of your posts. Please enter the scheduled time. And I say, no, I'm just going to add it to my queue. So now all those articles that I was looking at are in my queue. So there's that pancakes and social media. It shows up in my queue. And I might decide to, you know, 4 in 1 day, I might not want that and I can move it to a different day. Or if it's too many social media topics, I can drag and drop and move all this content around simply by, you know, dragging it somewhere else. And notice the times, 8:10, 9:05, 11:28, 6:50. It's around the times when I scheduled it to be. And you can see the social networks where it's going to be posting. And a lot of it is LinkedIn. Like that will go to my personal LinkedIn as well. Do you have any questions or comments about that bulk scheduling? No?
I don't at this point.
Okay. All right. It is, again, that's one of my favorite features. And I'll go show you quickly what my next favorite one is.
Oh, actually, I do have a question. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So can you kind of view the content of those articles before you decide to schedule them? Because like, what if the content of an article or something is against your business philosophy and you don't realize that by just looking at the headline? Is it?
Yeah, you can, I mean, it's got the link here and here, so I could go click on it and have a look. So Microsoft and Google race to build the world's smartest cloud. I could take and read that article if I want to.
And how do you do that?
See the blue link here?
Oh, so you click on the actual, in the content list, you click on the actual item and then it opens up here. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so when you're going to schedule, you can take a look at them. And for me, if I pull up like Forbes, Business Insider, Mashable, usually the titles are pretty good to what it will be. It's contextually predictive.
Yeah.
And I mean, you'll start to develop your own personal filter and your own blog. So if you want to pull stuff from like Gottman Institute, or any of their stuff, you know that you can trust it for giving you the type of information that you want. And then if you write your own blog, you can pull your own blog in the same way and have it pushed out to all your social networks.
And how would you add that in there?
So
all of a sudden you're quieter, way quieter.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I heard something. Did your mic move or something?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
How's this?
No, it's still a little bit quieter. Oh no, nothing. I didn't change anything on my side, but you're much quieter.
Oh yeah. I'm just
there you go.
That's better?
Yeah.
I moved my head to the side and I'm looking away from my computer right now. Okay. So let's see. How do you pull in your own blog?
Yeah.
Okay. So if we go to the same place, so where we were, there's a few places you can do it from. But you can go to bulk scheduler and like go through the same thing that we went through. We'll go to the same content group, news and blogs. Right here where it says to search, you just enter your blog feed right here.
Okay.
Yeah. And there are a couple of ways to do it. You can also do it through syndication. So content syndication. What kind of content would you like to syndicate? So you could syndicate your blog. You could syndicate your Facebook page. So what I do personally is I syndicate my Facebook to go to my Twitter because I'm not good with Twitter and I'm on Facebook more often. So everything I post to Facebook will then, and I don't have my personal one linked here, but everything I post to Facebook will go to my Twitter. And you can do the same where your blog, and you can see these target profiles. So you might say, every time I post an article, I want it to go to my Twitter. I want it to go to my business Facebook, my personal Facebook. I want it to go to these 5 groups on LinkedIn and these 2 groups on Facebook. And then every time you publish an article, it will go out to all those locations. So it saves a ton of time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see what else, if there's anything. And then you can bulk upload images and things like that if there's things that you use frequently, and have them in the system. So the next part, the thing that I use the most is automations. And I have automations set up here so that when somebody retweets me, then it automatically favorites the retweet, because that's what I would want to do authentically as myself. If somebody mentions me, somebody somebody mentions me and then it favorites the mention. And you can see in the last month, there's been 17 mentions. So there's been 17 times that that automation's been used. And if somebody follows me, then it says, I put the language on what it says. It says, at so-and-so, thanks for the follow. And so I only have 3 Twitter automations set up. I'll show you there's more you can do. But this is how I authentically engage with people. And what if I had, like if I spent the time to do it, this is what I would do. On Facebook, I have it set up for 3 business pages that when somebody comments on a post on one of those pages, then it automatically likes the comment. And this system is relatively smart. It won't like something with a swear word in it. So if you swear and say like, that was fucking awesome, it wouldn't like that because, you know, robots just aren't, they don't have, you know, the human context of sarcasm or, you know, using the words differently. But if there's any English swear words, it won't like it. And you can also set other words. So if you have a competitor that might be posting, you can also not like their comments. If somebody mentions any of these businesses on Facebook, it will automatically like the mention. And if somebody posts onto one of these pages, it'll automatically like the post. And if somebody does a review of 4 or 5 stars, it will automatically like the review also. And those are the few that I set up. So I'll go to new automation. I'll show you the ones that are possible. And these are the Facebook automations that are possible. And they used to be on personal pages, but now it's just business pages. Foursquare or Swarm is another one. Location is a really great shortcut for SEO if you have if you've got locations set up, virtual locations like Foursquare or Facebook that people can check into. Google really likes to have a physical location tied to a virtual property. So this is a little SEO hack. If you can have people checking in and have auto likes, then it shows engagement on the check-in and shows that you're relevant in that area. And so Instagram also has that like media they tagged with the location. And so Instagram just has a few automations. And this is updated every time an API is updated. So sometimes you might log on and it'll say that you need to, there's something broken because an API changed. And like on LinkedIn, you have to relink your accounts every 90 days. So you'll get alerts to say that. Pinterest, there's a few automations. Twitter, there's the most automations. Some of these, it's like send a direct message to a new follower. I find that annoying, so I don't do it. But if you wanted to, you could. Tumblr, there's a couple, and YouTube, there's a couple. And so in delete comment that contains undesired content, it will at very least delete a comment that has swear words. You can also put in any other words or phrases to look for. And I don't know that anybody here will have issues with that one. I don't anticipate it for myself. So the Twitter and Facebook automations are the ones that I use and that are most relevant for me. Let's see, what else? So there are so many different things that you can do on here. But I would like to see that you guys get set up on the basics, and then we can schedule another session to talk about some of the more advanced features. Shelly, do you have your profiles connected?
I started, yeah, and I just did a couple because I wanted to see what I was doing. And the one thing I did do was I created a search agent.
Oh, yeah.
And I fooled around with some keywords there because I wanted to see how that worked. I'm curious as to, like, how do you utilize the results of that?
Well, to be totally honest, I don't really use search agents because I have not spent the time doing it.
Uh-huh.
I do know that other people are using search agents. So if somebody says like, I need a coach now, do you have any recommendations?
Yeah.
Then you might want to put in your search agent, the keyword so in here I have social media automation as a search agent that I was testing.
Yeah.
And I could go in and either retweet, respond, depending on where they are.
I was actually really blown away by like how much it pulls up. Like that's incredible.
Yeah, and for this I put those words all together, social media automation, as one word.
Yeah.
Because if I did social media automation separately, I'd get so many.
Yeah.
So for you, it could be I need a coach. And because a lot of people ask for recommendations. So like realtors, there was one where somebody did a search agent around, I'm looking for office space in Seattle, and it was like office space in Seattle for rent or something like that. And they instantly connected with people and got business.
Huh.
Yeah. So if some of this is just developing it.
Yeah.
So this one, 7 reasons why social media automation can make you a better virtual assistant. I might get curious, look at the article, see if it's something I want to retweet, or if it's relevant for my business, then maybe I'm going to pitch this tool to this person, and tell all virtual assistants that they need social media automation tools like the one I have.
Yeah. Yeah.
How to get noticed by influencers using social media automation. Like, I get curious about that one. Look at the tweet. That's kind of cute. And I can even from the tool, like go in and retweet something here, favorite it, syndicate it if I want to. I can schedule and publish it, which is pretty cool.
So you do have to go in and do it all manually, like view each search agent result. That's the part I was wondering, or whether there was like a bulk way to kind of go through it. But it is go one at a time.
Yeah, well, you can filter too. So So there's filter by country. You can filter by. So this has all the Twitter stuff, LinkedIn, Foursquare, Google Plus. That's interesting. Instagram, Pinterest, PhotoBucket even. So maybe I just want the LinkedIn ones because I think they might be more relevant. So then now I just have 2.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. I'm curious about Google Plus. So one of the things with Google Plus that is important to note, so 52 search results on Google Plus and only 2 on LinkedIn. So people who know about social media automation know that they need to post on Google Plus because Google Plus, like Google it's a Google property. And so for all of the content that you're putting out there, everything that you put out should go to Google Plus as like part of your syndication. Like make sure that you link your account and that everything goes there, because like I said, it's a Google property and it helps from an SEO perspective to be populating that. Yeah.
Interesting.
5 ways to improve social media automation. And so all these people who are talking about social media automation, I might want to see like, hey, do they have an automation tool that they're pushing or using? Or are they talking about automation and they would love to use this one? It's like, are they relevant?
Yeah.
And maybe I connect with them, follow them on Twitter, follow them on LinkedIn. Yeah. So they could be potential strategic partners. They could be customers. But it's about finding the right search agent words.
Yeah.
That will get you the kind of results that you want. Anything else?
I haven't had a chance to get in and do too much yet, other than just wanting to know the basics for me at this point.
Okay. When you go to your inbox here, it's your social inbox. Have you been to that yet?
No, I don't think so. No, I think all I've done at this point was I have I linked my profiles, created a search agent, and then I was kind of like, okay, that was all I had time to do at that moment. So
Yeah. So with this, with the social inbox, you can see everything. You can apply filters to it. So I could just look at comments. Because for me, comments are more interesting than, like, I posted a new status. I don't need to know that I posted a new status, right?
right.
So I can filter this down, but this is every single one of my 42 social media feeds, all in one place. And so I would likely just filter by comment. Yeah, so I can go through and select what I want to see from each network, which is pretty cool.
What were you saying about following your competition?
Oh yeah, so if you pull, this is one of the places you'll see. If you pull in your competition's feed, like you'll see it in here. So let's say Entrepreneur Magazine, and it's just because I'm in this group, but let's say it's a competitor, and I can see what Michael Groves just said about this article. Oh, great article. Thanks for sharing it, Milo. Yeah. But I could see what gets traction in their networks.
And so I don't understand how you pull in theirs.
Well, so when you go to connect profiles,
Uh-huh.
you can connect other people's profiles. But it's just from it's like a read-only perspective.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay, I wasn't sure. I'm like, well, how would I saw that, but I was like, well, how would I know their username and passwords? But I didn't realize it was read only. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's read-only, and you can see what's going on with them.
Awesome.
Yeah. And so for this one, if I was looking at it and I see somebody comments here and it might be a useful comment for me, I don't know, like I can go in and just respond to it. Like I could share this. Let's say I want to get to know this Michael guy.
Yeah.
Then I can contact him. I can share, delete, assign a task to somebody else to follow up with him, or just complete it. Yeah, but it's pretty handy to have all these in one place. Here's another one. See if this is interesting. Oh, this is a solicitation. Oh, we're running out of places. Don't miss the registration. Not very exciting. Great post. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, no. Anyways, you can, if there's something that gets a lot of traction, you'll be able to see it in here.
What about scheduling your own original content? Like, where are you doing that through? Or where do you say?
Good question. There's several places. I could go straight up here to compose and put my own content in right here. If I wanted to do, so in schedule and post, let's say I'm going to the bulk scheduler. Here, I could upload a whole CSV file, which would be like an Excel. And there's a template that you can download that shows like the order that you need to put the information in.
Okay.
And so a lot of people will run their social, especially if they have anybody else on the team, or even if you hired someone to do the social for you, they'll likely send you a spreadsheet and you approve your posts, and then they would upload it to something like this and post it out. So you can organize it that way and do a bulk post, or you can just do the compose and do one-offs and have it go to all whatever networks you want it to.
And so with the Facebook one, you were saying like about, I think you said something about how that it doesn't like the fact that you're using a tool to post there. And then you said something about unless it was a promoted post. So what was that about?
Yeah. So do you have a Facebook business page or personal page?
Both.
Okay. Let's go here.
They're just like started. So.
Okay. Well, I'll show you. Spring. So Facebook wants to make money off the businesses on here. All right, so they're not going to, if I post this content from, actually pretty much any content, once you get over 100 likes on your page, then they're not going to have it organically show up in the algorithm. So I have these posts on here, and it'll say boost post, because I'm an admin on this account. And I have to go in and boost the post, and then it will see people. Like, then my post will be in front of people.
So that's like a paid boost.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
But so organically it will only see 100 people. 100 people will only see it unless you boost it.
pretty much.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it rarely shows up. And boosted posts are pretty inexpensive too. So,
Yeah, I've done them before, but I just didn't know that there was like a limit on the number of likes that you could get or engagement before it wouldn't show it.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yep. Most business ones don't show up unless it's boosted. And boosted posts typically perform better and cost less than ads do.
Mm-hmm.
So this is showing that in 3 days, this would reach 1,600 to 4,300 people for $16 Canadian. Yeah, I'm not going to boost this one, but you could boost. And it's kind of funny because you can boost other people's stuff on here. So I've got these interesting things. And Facebook does something where they'll say that your post, so they have a chat bot, and the chat bot will come on and say, hey, your posts like this typically reach this many people. Like, this is a good one to promote. And so it's kind of helpful that, like, Facebook is they want you to succeed when you give them money. So you'll keep giving them money. Yeah. Anyways, that's about boosted posts. Oh, Nikon. Any other questions?
Well, I think that's good for me. I mean, it's definitely a start. Is there a level 2? You should have like level 1, 2, 3, and then super advanced, and then progress us through the salty waffle training.
Yeah, that's the idea, is to do like 20-30 minute sessions at a time, because in an hour it's way too much typically to implement it all. And like I said, I'm recording this one, so then you could go back.
Yeah.
And we wanted to transcribe these as well, so then you have the written part if you just want to look and refer back to something.
That's awesome.
Well, we have a
So I guess the only other question that I can think of at the moment is related to engagement. And so, how can you tell then, in the simplest way, which of your posts are getting, like let's just say if you wanted to see like which post over another post received higher engagement, can you compare post to post and see like whether there's like specific target keywords, whatever, that are generating higher engagement for you?
Yeah, you can. So this is engagement by social network. I know that you can do engagement by posts as well. So let's see. Sometimes these change to where this information is. So we can see on the right side here. I know that you can look at your posts and see which ones are getting the most reach and engagement. Let's see. I will have to look through the stats. I know that you can find that though.
Yeah, I'm very interested in that because I'm working with someone right now who is doing like, we're actually doing like emotional response analytics on like text copy that you write and stuff. And so I'm curious as to, you know, because I want to see whether or not that software and the words that it's telling us to use are actually creating the engagement that we want.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you can get it down to the articles and the performance on the articles. I'm gonna have to look at that because I know that it's in here.
Maybe part 2 for me then.
Yeah, part 3 for me. Okay, here we go. So it's in the posts. It's in
So choose the channel and then post. I see. Okay.
yeah.
So 63 engaged users on that one post over your other, most engaged. Okay. So that particular post there gave you the highest engagement.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Let's see.
And if you want to learn, by keywords, you can actually have like an ad created with Facebook or Twitter or, like even Google. And they have, tools inbuilt, which are, like positive keyword tool, negative keyword tool. It, basically tells you what kind of, keywords are, boosting the performance of your overall, product or your, post. And secondly, some of the keywords that you might have been using, which, driving down conversions or, page views, click-through rate. So those kind of information is, provided through, like inbuilt tools.
With which tools? I'm sorry?
This is, say if you have a campaign or, if you have an ad group created with, either Facebook or, like Facebook advertising, Google advertising, Twitter advertising, then, like these are inbuilt in those, like advertising campaign, the tools called negative keyword tool, the positive keyword tool.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, I just thought maybe if this had an easy way to show you your engagement from one post to the next in terms of analytics, that would definitely be helpful to see it all in one place, right? Then instead of having to go to each one.
Yeah, and then you can collect, like you can have the analytics dashboard and you can use your either, Google Analytics or any other, open source analytics. And then you can have them collect the data from Facebook, Google, or, various places and, be part of, like single dashboard.
Yeah, except Google Analytics is not very user-friendly. You need a degree to read that stuff. I mean, I know the basics, but it's pretty heavy stuff. Like it's pretty technical.
Yeah, it's very technical, but, like definitely that's where, our, like Spring Seattle can help you.
How will you do it for me? I was like, no.
Sounds like we're going to be doing some different, Shelly, like with Shama and her expertise. That Spring Seattle is going to host some different virtual learn shops around stuff like that. So I'll definitely keep you posted.
Okay, well, hey, I'm always open to learning. But it seems, yeah, for sure. So keep me posted. Yeah.
Okay, we will.
Okay. Well, awesome.
All right.
I guess that's it for me then.
Yeah, if you have any more questions or need help getting set up, just ping me. And I will do my best to answer whatever questions you have or to find out what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Okay, right now the biggest thing I got to do is just find the time to get in there and get her all set up, and that's been the toughest thing. It's finding the time.
Yeah, just schedule even 10 minutes and you'll be amazed at what you can do in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting in there. That's just it.
Yep.
Good advice. Good advice. Okay. Awesome.
All right, well, thank you, everybody. It was nice to have you on.
Awesome. Thanks, Shelly. And then we just saw Minka join, so we can hang back for a couple after and chat with you.
What? Say that again?
Oh, I was saying someone new just joined, so we can hang back and just chat with them.
Okay. All right. We'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.